Hey guys, and welcome to Farm Simulator 2015 on Thornton Farm for what quite possibly is the last time you'll hear me say that in a video. Yep. Possibly. Tomorrow there may be a video forestry on this map. I don't know yet. But we're here for possibly the last time. As you can see, we have swapped out for the Amazon plow, that modded version, well, the modded Limpkin plow. Too many issues with it. Not that it really matters, but we got this one. You'll see this hopping and bouncing all over the place. That is down to the dirt terrain mod, making it bounce all over the place, unfortunately. But it still functions fine. It's a stock in-game plow, it just bounces a little due to that script. Hey. So we'll take this back to the farm and park that up. Needless to say, we are done ploughing in field 4 now. We are going to set the cultivator up and cultivate that and see what else needs to be done on the fields. Truly don't think too much. We do need to fertilize field 11, I think it is. Yeah, field 11. As you can see, the plow really does not like going over these roads. It's very bouncy. So once we get set up in the cultivator, we'll get that going, we'll fertilize that field, we should be right back. Alrighty, we are pretty much set up there. We're gonna start this awesome tractor up. Gonna miss this one, as you've heard me say. What am I getting that converted to? The premium. My list ends. Never ends, should I say. So I'm not sure if this has got enough poke to cultivate this, basically. We'll find out pretty darn quickly. So what I was thinking is I'm just going to set up a simple course play in this field. It's field 4. We may have something that I can butcher up. Plowing. Tipping. No, we're going to have to make our own one. So, and of course, course play. I'm going to have to get used to not using this and relying on that so much for a little while. Three should do. What direction are we going there? Perfect. Should be okay. First waypoint. I don't know why I unfold it. It's going to fold it back up. Definitely an interesting way it folds. Like the way they kind of move as well when you're going over bumps and on the field. So if you guys remember, this is the field that we had muck put into it. So we plowed it in, cultivated it, and then we'll just wait. Well, we're gonna wait for it to cultivate, and then we can seed it. Yes, I know the seeder. Ooh, is that actually the way I want to go? No, it's not. Stop. I want it to go that way, I think. I did wonder. Nope. That's better. So yeah, I know this seeder has a cultivator built into it, but I would prefer to do it like this, basically. I don't think you would ever go over plowed ground with a seeder like that. The ride would be pretty bad, to say the least. So it's going to fold again, and it should get started in a minute. Down it goes. Perfect. Sweet. As that is going off, we'll take this back to the yard. Just to get it out of the field. It doesn't need to be here anymore. Then we'll get off and start spraying. We've not done any spraying for quite some time, actually. on this map. It seems like it's been a long time thinking about it. I think it's definitely a shame, as we know right now, we don't have this Lodal in-game. Really wish we had one of these instead of that little thing that JCB have got set on there, or in the list. There's a lot of the JCB stuff that I feel like Giants possibly missed out on. Whether it's due to JCB, Giants, who knows? Kind of surprised they haven't got the latest and greatest from JCB in there, to be honest. And I'm not the first person that said it. I think a lot of the farm sim community from the UK anyway is surprised at that. So this we're just going to shove up at the top there, the trailer. Same with the telehandler, to be honest, we'll probably leave that up there. I don't think we're going to need it again for a while, if again. Drop down a couple of gears. Now cultivate that field very nicely. Those fully mounted systems are amazing. A very simple implement like that, I hope that would be easy to convert across. I said I was leaving the cultivator up there, or the cultivator, the telehandler. I lied, I guess. Alright, now to the seeder. We got the row crops on. Full tank of fertilizer, full tank of diesel. And away we go. Yeah, we can go this way, I guess. So, really, do I have the need to fertilize this? Probably not. I don't think we're even going to harvest it. But you never know. You never know. Whoa, four-wheel steering's on. I get why they switch it off when they're on road travel. Because it goes all over the place very quickly. We're actually going to start down at this end and work our way up. I can imagine those pesky telegraph poles are going to cause some slight issues. As I've said multiple times, these things, the bane of my existence. Honestly, I think I'm going to have to go this way. Just to avoid it. Kind of do an orthodox approach on it, where you go around like that. I feel this field would probably be best for the spreader, because at least it's not got anything coming out of it to get hooked up anything. Like, unless I cut it over here now, probably going to get caught in on that, just missed that, and then I've got the hedgerow to worry about. It's a nightmare, absolute nightmare. Be interesting to see if the spraying's any different in sort of the way it looks. We know we've got the New Holland spray this time around, so it's going to be very peculiar having these booms out in front of you, being able to see them instead of having to look around like that to see. So that's going to be interesting, be able to do a lot more in-cab work with them. That'd be nice. Definitely a good change there. Kind of hope we've got the Amazon. We've had the Amazon for a long time. Their way of thinking maybe is this is technically a mod put into the game, so stock modded that, so it should be really easy to convert across. So, you never know. If you want the Amazon back, it'll probably be able to be put back in game. Of course, this one is a mod that's got the wheel changing script and 4-wheel steer when it's driving mode and all that good stuff. So it's this one is a mod through and through. And if they did have another sprayer, this sprayer is stock in game, and they've not said anything yet because it's not a new machine really to us. Wonder if we can change the tyres. Can we put row crops on it? Can we put flotation tyres on it? As this does have normally. With the flotation ones, the bigger tyres. Who knows? So I don't see us having too many issues. Probably do a headland pass so we can get the top bits that we miss, so it doesn't look so peculiar. Time we do this, chances are our beautiful orchard, we'll miss that too, will be done in field full, and then I think everything's done. I think. Let's see. Nah, far from it. 13 is doing as well. Seeding. And 12 probably. Haven't done anything in 12 for a while. It's kind of let that stand still, recoup. I'll overlap him quite a bit just to avoid the telegraph poles. You could probably work around them if you split the field into two. Fertilise straight down that side and just go up and down, and then the same there, because it kind of does cut the field in half almost. They were typical things. I don't know. I just went missing. What can I say? So we may do a little bit of forestry in this one too. Kind of got the bug to do that. Again, I really like using that machinery that I have on here. I really do. I really enjoy it. Look forward to seeing what forestry changes are in 17 too. How the trees handle, how the wood chippers are. There's so much different stuff for the forestry. And of course, forestry last year, well, 2 years ago when this game was brand new, was the big thing. It was the hyped up thing, and it definitely was a disappointment. I feel they did let everything down on it. How badly it was broke on the day of release. Now, the way they seem to have changed the way they're doing things at Giants, I hope 17 is going to be a solid game to begin with, and it's not gonna we're not going to have to wait 3 patches down the line after a year for the game to actually be pretty solid, like we did with 15, and same with 13, so on and so forth. But I feel like the company's changed, it seems, the way they're doing stuff. They're more transparent with people in as far as what's new, the dev blogs, all of that stuff. We've never seen that before. We've never seen that type of communication, I think is the right way of saying it. So I'm happy. I am happy with the way they've done that. It's good. Kudos to them. I'm guessing they've listened to the communities. Spraying this field doesn't take too long. Not with this big spray. Get a little bit more speed going along this headland pass here. As boom dips into the ground. The undulations of the ground, I guess. Of course, it's going to get stuck in the ground even more in a second. So the fertilizer on the bank here is gonna, the grass on the bank is gonna just grow on point. Really is. Shame you can't almost shut one side of the boom off when you're doing pass like this. But look how much we've used. We've barely used any fertilizer. Wow, that's surprising. That's actually really surprising. Maybe it's the mod not using much. I don't know. If that's the case, I'm not a fan of that. But hey, don't matter. What does it take for we'll steer off? I forget. There you go, rigid steer. Rigid steer is... it's basically the script taken off from the Homer. So we'll drive this, put this away. And then go check on the cultivation and get the seed going, I guess, with one of the tractors. May bring our old, maybe actually we'll use that. Put the flotation tyres on it. Go to the workshop. I forget where I put the workshop though. Or do I? No, I don't. I remember where the workshop is now. So yeah, we'll jump in this. We'll give it a clean. We'll... someone left the door open. Put our flotation tyres on it. Take the weight off. Bump. Start her up. And we'll take... I know a lot of you will remember this map, but this is more for me and you guys that maybe watching the game after 17's come out. We'll take a drive down. We'll check on our tractor over here in field 4. And see how it's going. We're actually just gonna... the gate's open here. We're just gonna dive in here and look. Don't no need to go in the field. It's pretty much done. This is why I like the rigid mounts. We'll actually jump over the fence or the hedge so I can show you what I mean. Most of the non-rigid stuff will be missing chunks when it cuts back into the ground, but how legit does that look? As, like, realistic. I love it, love it, love it, love it. You know, there's a saying that many of you guys may have or may not have heard. If it looks right, it probably is right. And this looks right. And it functions right. And it's going a little quick. That's even going pretty quick along the field, but dang. It's working. Working well. So like I say, we'll drive down to the workshop and get our seeder going in this field here. Wow, even 30 or 12, it's been a while. Got our beacons on. Wow, FPS is like 28 FPS right now. Jeez, crazy. Well, I'm what am I now? 65? Almost 70 episodes into this, guys? This series? And no wonder it degrades. Now I think I'm gonna have something planned for the weekend. I'm gonna finalize it. Gonna get it working and set up. But there may be a final multiplayer on Farm Sim on the new dedicated server that I'm yet to announce. Partnership with the company. But that will all be addressed this weekend. I think that's what I want to do. Friday I'm going to do Forza, I think. But Sunday is what I want to do the multiplayer stuff, maybe. Any of you that have made it 20 minutes into it, there you go. If I do it, this is how I plan to do it, is no mods, stock borehole. And when I say no mods at all, maybe the Sugar Beet DLC, so the Homer DLC, and that's it. I can't get into it like that. Oh dear. Oh dear me. So when we drive back, I'll pause it for you guys. You don't need to see that. You probably don't want to see that. Last few videos have been quite a bit of driving. But when I'm kind of going through all these different maps, is really, some of them I've got stuff to do, some of them I don't, so it's probably what's going to end up happening. Alright, we'll go around the back actually. It's technically the front, I think. The way it's set up. I should have spun it around. I believe we already have the over tires. No we don't. Oh, we'll buy them. Oh, we never washed it too, but there we are. And then now, yeah, we will. And now we'll need these. Wide fenders and the rear. I wish it was just the fenders and you bought both. I mean, why would you not buy the front at the same time? But we will definitely give it a wash. I meant to give it a wash before we come down. But we'll see you guys back at the farm when this is all cleaned up with the cedar on the back. Alrighty, so with a little bit of running around off camera, we have this field completed. We can get seeding. We also have the fence done in the white tires. Now we need another seeder. That's on the back of that. I thought I had two seeders, but apparently I don't. So I think we are good to kind of go. That field can get seeded. And as far as the rest of the stuff, I have no idea. We may end up having to do a little bit of forestry. Just so you guys aren't watching a cedar go up and down all day. Maybe you guys want to see a cedar go up and down all day. I don't know. I would say let me know, but you can't. Unfortunately. So for the time being, I think we will just go ahead and get the cedar going and do a little bit of chopping and skidding. That's that down there. We'll put that in front of that cultivator, as that's the one I'm going to use. I don't know why, but this seems to be the parking spot for my tractors. Alright, where is the... There it is. Start her up. Do I have a course for this field? No, why don't I have any courses for this field? It's strange. Could well be because I was doing it on an auto tractor. What crop to put down? Let's do some massive sunflowers. And of course we're getting sunflower stock, aren't we? Well, actually, we want a high yielding crop. That's going to make us lots of money. Maybe canola, actually. Canola. So we'll go around once ourselves, and then we'll let Auto Tractor take care of the rest. It should be okay. Basically, with Auto Tractor, you have to lay the border down for it to really work properly after that, it seems. And then we are going to spend the rest of the time in the forest. Probably going to get a few trees down. I want to get a considerable amount down, actually. Probably at least 4. Considering what I usually put down is only like 2. Maybe even 1. That's what I usually cut down. But we're motoring along quite nicely here. Don't know why, but my FPS is really in the gutter on this map. I think it's time. I think it's time to draw Thornton to an end. As much as I don't want to say goodbye to it. I think it's time. So right now, yeah, 30 FPS. Yeah. Down in the forest area, it should be okay. Should be a lot better down there. And bring that up. Okay, that should be sweet as a nut and good to go. So as you can see, we did plan to do a little bit already. Had this guy down here warming up. Running over the bluebells. For whatever reason, our FPS is going down in the gutter. It has come back up. That was very strange. I've never experienced that before on this laptop. Hopefully we're not running out of hard drive space. I don't think we are. I hope. And then get some trees dropped down. Use the old skid steer here. Still think it's crazy how this thing would actually go through trees like this. I don't know if it would. Honestly, I still question its ability to do it. I know there's stuff out there that can. I mean, something on a skid steer like this, could it have enough power to do that? I don't know. But we may have to wait until next time, because having that FPS drop like that, it has concerned me. So it's not due to wanting to end in it, the video, it's due to me being concerned that the hard drive could be getting full for whatever reason. But we'll drop these trees, we'll drop one more, and I think we will come back another day. So I will quickly take the old thumbnail shot, like so. Do the final cut. And we will be back probably for tomorrow's video for a Forestry Friday. The final Forestry Friday we'll do on 15, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.